Hi, good afternoon, Bermuda. Thank you so much for tuning in today to today's webinar on acupuncture. We have a special guest and presenter today. Her name is Dr. Jamie Kimball from LifeThyme Wellness. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Jamie. She is actually going to help present on how to understand what acupuncture is, what the typical treatments are, and also the symptoms of what can be treated with acupuncture. I will allow Dr. Jamie in just a moment to explain more about her role and how she could assist you and provide these services. But before we move on to this webinar session, I want to remind you that you can tune in and watch the replays on our YouTube channel as well as Facebook page. And also a reminder for next week's webinar is at the same time at 12 p.m. Our next webinar will be with Dr. Darian Ray, and he will expound more about how to safeguard and protect our children's mental health. So again, please tune in on October 5th at 12 p.m. for Dr. Ray's presentation on safeguarding children's mental health. Dr. Jamie, I would like to give you access to present.
Hey, good afternoon. And Tasha, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here. As Tasha said, my name is Dr. Jamie Kimball. I just recently moved here to the island, and I'm very excited to be here and very excited to bring acupuncture and Chinese medicine here. So today I would like to talk a little bit about what acupuncture is, who we can help, and where to find us. So acupuncture really is an art and a science put together. Every acupuncture you get is different, but at the same time, it's a medical practice. And I always like to say it's this ancient wisdom meets modern science because it's been passed down through the ages and we've really adapted it to today's new world. So as I said, acupuncture is an ancient medicine. It dates back over 2,000 years in China and has been and continues to be the predominant form of medicine in China. When you have any sort of issue there, you'll definitely go in and see an acupuncturist, an herbal medicine provider first. And they always try to heal you with acupuncture and herbs instead of surgery or pharmaceuticals, unless that's absolutely needed. In this little picture here, you'll see some ancient acupuncture needles that are over 2,000 years old. You'll see they've definitely changed a little bit over time, but I think it's kind of neat to see that they actually were using a needle type thing that long ago. And even the guy on the left there is a statue from over 2,000 years ago that has the acupuncture points on him. Acupuncture is really effective for acute and chronic conditions and maintaining optimal health. So what is it now? You'll see in this picture that the acupuncture needles have gotten a lot smaller over the years. Now they are very fine filiform needles, still filiform needles that are the size of a human hair. And you can fit 100 acupuncture needles inside a hypodermic needle. So most of the time when they're being inserted, you do not feel it at all. They are inserted into very specific points located throughout the body. There are over 400 acupuncture points, all very specific locations, and acupuncture is the process of inserting the needles into these very specific locations. It's really great for treating acute and chronic conditions, as well as maintaining wellness. And it tends to stimulate the central nervous system to release natural body chemicals into the muscles and brains and spinal cord. And these biochemical changes stimulate the body's natural healing ability to promote physical and emotional well-being. And this is really how acupuncture works, is that it does promote the body's own natural healing ability. And I'll get into a little bit more about how it does that later. It is important to know that acupuncture is a full medical practice and can be used for many internal medicine conditions as well as pain and injuries. So one of the biggest questions I always get is, how deep does the needle go? And well, the answer really depends on the size and shape of the person and the body part being needled, but they do go to a very specific depth, and it's definitely not supposed to hurt in any way. So the next question that I always get is, how does acupuncture work? And a short answer is, it's really all about the blood flow. But the acupuncture causes vasodilation of the tissues. And this basically means that it helps to bring blood flow into the area. With this, blood flow brings all of the healing cells with it. It brings all the white blood cells, all the healing cells, everything that's needed to heal a particular area of the body. A lot of pain and injuries occur due to a restriction of these blood vessels, or the blood not being able to flow through the muscle. And so by increasing this blood flow and bringing in all the new blood, then you're able to heal a little bit easier. The next thing that it really does, that's very important, is help to modulate the neuroendocrine system. And this basically means that it kicks off the body's natural endorphins. And these endorphins are really what bring the pain relief to the body. The neuroendocrine system also helps to balance out the hormones, and it helps the body to know which hormones to release when you're having some sort of issue. And the acupuncture really does help to modulate this whole system. It does help to create this new tissue, as I said, and that helps to work by increasing the blood flow. Again, like I said, it's all about the blood flow. And it helps create this new tissue when you have an injury by bringing in all of the healing cells with it. It also helps to modulate the nervous system, basically to calm down the central nervous system. A lot of issues, stress, anxiety, things like that are because the central nervous system is kind of stuck in this fight or flight mode. And the acupuncture can help the body to release more chemicals to calm down the nervous system. So working in 4 different ways: 1, increasing the blood flow; 2, helping to calm down the nervous system; 3, helping to balance out the hormones. And by doing all of this, it creates it helps to balance out the immune system and helps the body to heal overall. So it kind of works in a nutshell. It works like kind of taking an anti-inflammatory and an anti-anxiety pill and a pain pill all at once, but your body is doing all of these things naturally without having to kind of take anything. Oftentimes, after people start treatment, they no longer have to take pain medications or the anti-inflammatories, and that's kind of a really cool side effect. There have been a lot of studies using MRI machines that actually have taken an image of the brain after certain acupuncture points are being needled, and it shows that these specific points actually light up different areas of the brain, depending on where the needle is being inserted. So acupuncture and herbal medicine is a complete medical practice. Like I said, if it's been used in China for over 2,000 years as a primary form of medicine. So along with the acupuncture, it's very important that we have herbal medicine and supplements and lifestyle recommendation. Herbal medicine really helps to build up the body from the inside out and helps to kind of increase the positive side effects of the acupuncture. They definitely go hand in hand. The acupuncture works really well, like I said, for increasing the blood flow and those types of things, but the herbal medicine really helps to build the body up, can help get rid of any toxins or diseases or anything that you have inside, and they really go hand in hand. So an acupuncture and herbal medicine treatment will, when you see a Chinese medicine doctor, you'll get the acupuncture and the herbal medicine at the same time. Herbs, they tend to kind of work like a pharmaceutical, but not as much of the same kind of side effects. And of course, every medicine has its time and place, but it's a good place to start. So how do you become a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine? Well, it actually is quite a long process. We hold advanced level doctorate degrees that actually do consist of over 10 years of schooling. So it starts with a 4-year bachelor degree, and then you get a 4-year master's degree, which is the full-on medical program in itself, very similar to what you'd see in a medical program for other professions, and then a 2-year professional level doctorate on top of that. We do spend many, many hours studying the body in detail. with classes in anatomy and physiology, training in Eastern and Western medicine philosophies, pathology of diseases and treatments, and Western and Eastern pharmaceutical training. You know, we don't prescribe any pharmaceuticals, but it is very important for us to know about them so that we can determine if there's going to be any herb drug side effects. We also have over 4,000 hours of clinical training, and most of this training is really how to insert acupuncture needles in a way that is not going to hurt somebody, and how to really treat all kinds of different diseases with acupuncture. Some people even go on to China, such as myself, to study with world-renowned doctors there working in the hospitals. That was a really great experience. I learned a lot about how acupuncture is used as primary medicine in China. In the United States, acupuncturists are required to be certified by the National Certification Commission for Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine. This board requires that you take 4 national board exams, very extensive board exams, and then you have to keep up with continuing education credits yearly to maintain this status. And then you have to have this status to be licensed by each separate state, which has their different requirements. And then in the UK, acupuncturists are required to be certified by the British Acupuncture Association. So what does a typical treatment look like? When you come into our office, we'll generally have you fill out a very thorough intake form, and then we'll talk to you for quite a long time, depending on what you have going on. We'll do a very thorough intake with you about your past and your current medical history. In Chinese medicine, we tend to view the body as a whole, and usually all the symptoms are related. So if we do this thorough intake, then we can kind of put it all together like the pieces of a puzzle and figure out what this root cause is that's causing all of these different conditions. We really like to make a connection with our patients, and we feel it's very important to know all what's going on. Kind of the more that we know, the more that we can help you. So after this, we'll have you lie on a comfortable table. And then we will assess your pulse. That's kind of what I'm doing in the picture on the left-hand side there. Pulse is very, very important in Chinese medicine as far as how our treatments are guided. We can tell a lot about a person based off of their pulse, whether it's thin, whether it's like tight, like a guitar string, or soft like a pillow. All of these different things tell us about what might be going on inside the human body. And everybody's pulse really is a lot different. And it's pretty amazing to me that oftentimes the pulse will kind of match up with whatever disease you have going on inside yourself. And then the pulse really helps us to guide the acupuncture treatment on where we're going to put the needles. The other thing that we do as part of the initial assessment is palpation, basically examining the muscles, feeling the bones and the joints. Is everything in alignment? Feeling the spine, feeling all the various muscles. A lot of times we can just tell where people's pain is based off of where a tight muscle is, or is this joint out of place? And by figuring that out, we can help to treat whatever pain is going on. So after we insert the needles, then you get to rest for approximately 20 minutes. Most people find this acu-nap, as we call it, to be very enjoyable. This is kind of the time when all of those endorphins and blood flow gets released. And a lot of times I think people keep coming in because they get 20 minutes of quiet time to themselves to just relax. And then they kind of go into a little bit of a nap, not quite asleep, but not quite awake, but when these endorphins are all released. So then after we come back in and take the needles out, we'll follow up the treatment with massage or cupping or Gua Sha, which I'll tell you about those in a minute. And we will also talk to you thoroughly about herbal supplement recommendations, treatment plan, how often you should come in, those types of things. So cupping is kind of like a reverse massage is what I like to call it. It pulls the tissues apart instead of squishing them together, so all of that fresh blood can flow in. So it's the process of putting suction cups on various locations throughout the body. It really has become quite popular in the last 10 years. You'll see a lot of Olympians and movie stars with cupping marks on their body. And, you know, nobody used to know what it is, but now kind of a lot of people know what cupping is. So in this picture, this is called fire cupping. Obviously the fire does not go anywhere near the skin, but it is the traditional Chinese way of doing cupping. So the fire goes into the cup away from the body, and then you pull it out, which which takes all the oxygen away. So then when you place it on the skin, it creates a suction. There's other kinds of cups that can be used that use like a little suction gun or a little silicone cup. But yeah, this fire cupping is kind of the traditional way of doing it. So the cups can create a little circle for a few days, or those are the marks that you see on the Olympians. So what this is really the increased blood flow and all of the old stuck junk that's in the muscles. When your muscles get really tight, you get a lot of old stuck junk in there. And so all of this stuff comes to the surface so that the lymphatic system can take it and circulate it. So the purpose of cupping, again, and as I've said before, all of it is about increasing blood flow. And when you increase that blood flow, you stimulate healing. Most people really, really love cupping. It feels really good. And people ask for it all the time. So the other thing that we do is called Gua Sha. Gua Sha uses one of those little stone tools you see in the picture there. You may have heard it called Graston in other medical professions. And it kind of feels like a light scraping against the skin. It's really, really great for breaking up scar tissue, tight fascia. When your fascia gets really tight, it kind of wraps around a muscle. And in order for the muscle to release, you need to release this tight fascia in order for the muscle to be able to relax as well. And so also, again, all about increasing the blood flow. When you do the Gua Sha, the blood flow comes into the area, brings all the healing cells, so it can increase the immune system as well as break up tight muscles. It's really great for getting into the muscles of the spine and the neck. So this also leaves sometimes what we call a Sha mark, which is similar to the circle you see on cupping, but again, it's all that blood flow coming to the area, and that goes away in a couple of days. Gua Sha, some people really like, some people really don't, but it is a very effective tool. And Gua Sha is actually older than acupuncture. It was one of the original healing modalities in China over 2,000 years ago. So what can we actually treat with acupuncture? Well, the possibilities are endless. It is a complete medical practice within itself and can be used to help treat almost anything you have going on. The World Health Organization recognizes over 43 different conditions, but it can really be used for pain, injuries, digestive issues. Again, that's where the herbs come in, and anxiety and depression by calming down the central nervous system, insomnia by calming down the nervous system, increasing the blood flow, chronic illnesses. I love to see people with chronic illnesses and autoimmune conditions because, like I said, oftentimes we'll take all the little pieces of the puzzle and put them together and really figure out what the root cause is of what's going on with this person. It's also really great for women's health, menstrual issues. People really don't have to suffer with their menstrual problems. And I love to help women feel better with their cycles. Fertility and pregnancy support are one of my two favorites. I love working with pregnant women. I love to help them in all stages of their pregnancy. From fertility, you can help them with morning sickness and pain and labor preparation. We also can really help men in all things that you have going on. And we love to be a support to oncology treatments, cancer treatments. We can really help a lot, help with the side effects of chemo, from the nausea and the poor appetite and those types of things. So really, we can do almost anything that you have going on. All you have to do is just give us a call. We could talk about it. We could talk about what's going on and see how we can help you. We also can do cosmetic facial acupuncture for for anti-aging treatment to help get rid of some wrinkles. And so acupuncture, again, really is a whole body treatment that influences the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, the immune system, the nervous system, anything that you might have going on. So the typical course of treatment is really tailored to your individual needs. Every condition is different, and your acupuncturist will work with you to tailor a specific treatment plan. Acupuncture tends to work on a momentum, and the treatments build on one another. So it'll take a little bit for the body to kind of reorganize itself. So the typical course of treatment, I would say, is about 6 to 12 visits weekly. And then it can spread out the treatments after that. A lot of times we can make a change sooner than the 6 to 12 treatments, but depending on how long you've had a condition going on, the longer it'll kind of take for us to reverse whatever you have going on. So after your initial course of treatment, people often go on to a maintenance plan, as keeping up with acupuncture regularly and herbal medicine helps to keep the body healthy so that no new diseases pop up and your immune system stays strong and your nervous system stays calm. So some people like to come monthly, some people come every 2 weeks, some people come more often than that, and some people will just call us when a new injury occurs. So everyone wants to know, what is the difference between dry needling and acupuncture? Really, dry needling is just the tip of the iceberg. It can be really great for releasing a tight muscle, but oftentimes without adjusting the rest of the muscles of the body, you're kind of figuring out the root cause, those muscles can tighten up again. You know, everything is connected. All of the muscles are connected. It's also important to know that as acupuncturists, we can do dry needling or trigger point therapy as part of our treatments. The acupuncture just works on a little bit different level and can do a little bit more. And acupuncture is great for internal medicine conditions as well as pain. Dry needling does tend to be kind of highly regulated in other countries. So as I've said before, you know, acupuncturists have over 4,000 clinical hours in needling itself. And in comparison, dry needling courses tend to be a little bit shorter. And so sometimes this less training can lead to more injuries, and sometimes dry needling can just also be a little bit more aggressive and painful because you don't have the fine skill of exactly where the needle depth is supposed to go. We spend most of our time learning to insert the needle at just the right depth and angle so that you don't really feel the needle being inserted. Acupuncture is not supposed to hurt. So that being said, we do love to work with all kinds of other practitioners, chiropractors, physios, MDs, all of them. I think it takes a team of healthcare providers. You know, we all have our specialties. We all need to work together. The acupuncture can just work more on an internal medicine than the dry needling can. So just to reiterate, acupuncture is an ancient treatment that tends to help with the whole body. It releases the body's natural endorphins to assist in pain control, balances the nervous system, endocrine system, immune system, to assist healing in many ways. And by doing this, we can help to treat almost any condition that comes our way. Any questions, just give us a call and ask, and we can talk you through it and how we might be able to help you with treatment. So to book a session with us, we are LifeThyme Wellness. We're located in Hamilton in Washington Mall. We have 5 really great practitioners, myself and Dr. Carola, another acupuncturist. We have Ann Marshall, who is a massage therapist and functional medicine practitioner. Functional medicine is really great for helping figure out what's going on inside the body. She'll help you with nutrition and herbs as well, and does make a lot of herbal formulas herself. So back to the herbs. Typically, you know, you'd get like a big bag of leaves and twigs and sticks and you boil those into a tea, but Anne has taken all of those and put them into a tincture form so that they're much easier for you to take. We also have Claire Delacroix, massage therapist, and Megan Faria, massage therapist. So we do quite a bit at our clinic. You can find us, go to our website, lifethymewellness.com. I put my email there, jamie@lifethymewellness.com, or you can give us a call, 296-5566. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And I hope I helped you learn a little bit more about acupuncture today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jamie. I believe the audience has found this session very valuable. I've been looking at the live feed. I do not have any questions at this time, but I'm going to give the audience, the listening audience, to send us any questions that you have for Dr. Jamie in the comment section. Please do so now. Dr. Jamie, is there anything else that you would like to add to today's presentation?
Well, if any questions, pop up in the meantime, feel free to, like I said, to email us or call us. We're happy to answer any of your questions at any time. If any other providers out there have any questions, we'd be happy to talk to them as well.
Yes, the Health Council is here. I have provided more information on how to contact the Health Council. So if you, as a viewer, have any questions later on, you're welcome to send them to us, and we'll be happy to send that to Dr. Jamie as well. Again, we do have a webinar coming up on October 5th, so please tune into that.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Yes, thank you guys. Take care.